My Pet Peed is the name of the brand today that I'm gonna be reacting to. This video has over 10,000 comments, 20,000 reactions, 14 million views. We estimate that it's done around $3 million in trackable sales. Let's see what it looks like to sell a pet urine remover. Here we go.
Okay, so we had to get Pet Peed because our landing down there, our cat had peed on the sides, so it was a lot of
This guy better not release his address or the resale value is gonna go down.
hard work to pump it out of a little sprayer. So we used our weed sprayer here. We washed it out and everything with Dawn dish soap. All we did was use vinegar in it anyways, but put Pet Peed in there.
And we used a black light.
And we used the black light to find it. And as you can see, there's some pee there, and this thing acts like a magic eraser. Look at that. That's crazy.
This is one of the worst, best ads I've ever seen. It's literally so incredibly boring. They didn't even cut out the beginning when he's pointing at nothing. It wasn't even pointing at the product. He was just filming the ground. There's no editing done here. Zero. There has not been a single cut in this video so far. We're 50 seconds into it. There's no motion graphics. There's no subtitles. There's no branded logo. There's no anything. That's kind of why I love it in this particular instance, because they know that their audience doesn't care for all the bells and whistles. They want to know, does your product remove the pee from my carpet? That's the only thing they care about. And that's the only thing that this video gives them. It just says, we only do one thing. We can remove pee from your carpet. That's all you need to say. They don't need to do all the bells and whistles that most brands have to do. They can get away with a dude just standing behind a phone, just kind of in his little drawl talking about and pointing his camera at. Are there a million things that I could say that I would do to optimize this ad? Yes. But this is one of those rare instances where those optimizations might make it just not work at all. It kind of just has to be this rugged, raw, user-generated content that is the most boring thing that you've ever watched. But if you're in the target market, doesn't matter. You want to get that pee out of your carpet, and they're showing you in real time. I don't know why you need to do the rest of the video. If it was me, why not just say, my pet peed, cut. Black light to see the pee, cut. Here's how it works. Buy my pet peed. It could literally be 15 seconds long and it probably would convert. But this is one of those rare instances that if I'm on that team, I'm like, you know what, guys? We can test it. But sometimes this has that stroke of kind of magic and that kind of lightning bolt effect where it's it's so dumb and it's so not every other ad you've seen that it's probably gonna work. And so astonishingly, even with all of its shortcomings, I wouldn't change a whole lot about this ad. This ad is doing what it needs to do. There still is more, so let's watch.
Put it at a certain pressure so that it would get down into the carpet.
Just a dude cleaning his carpet.
Yep.
And we ran out. So we're gonna have to buy more Pet Peed.
We're gonna have to buy more Pet
Peed.
Peed.
On our hallway, on the sides.
Their pet peed multiple times. Now starting to give me a little bit of concern that they're oh, our pet peed, and then first they show the thing on the landing and they're oh, he peed up here too. And actually he peed all over this hallway. Our pet has peed over our entire house. I think they're gonna need to buy a little more Pet Peed. Here's the thing I'll say. If they haven't tested this ad on YouTube, they're making a big mistake. This is YouTube content. This is what people go and watch on YouTube. People will watch 20-minute videos. Here's how to clean your carpet when your pet has peed. And it's the most boring video ever, but you'll watch all 20 minutes of it because you're kind of I want to clean up my peed carpets. This should be a YouTube ad. It probably would perform really, really well on YouTube, but it's performing well on Facebook. All right, we got 15 seconds. Let's wrap it up.
Because our cat had some issues, so.
What? This hallway looks like a crime scene. There is pee everywhere. What is this? I am so incredibly disgusted that they would walk over this carpet for what probably has been months. Does this cat have a litter box? I'm blown away at how disgusting this is. I'm kind of curious to see what the comments say. It's all just this stuff works. I've been using it for my cat. Wow. Will it work on my girlfriend? It's so bad. It's so gross. There's pee everywhere. This seriously looks H.H. Holmes' mansion where he murdered hundreds of people and just like killed them on the ground, and they come in with a black light and the whole thing just lights up like a Christmas tree. This is like what you imagine a hotel looks like if you were to bring a black light, which you don't do because you don't want to know. This is so disgusting. All right, 10 seconds.
But the thing works great. We're gonna get another gallon. Yeah, it's like an eraser. So
It's like an eraser.
we would
and you get
highly
another gallon.
recommend this.
Highly recommend. It's one of the best pieces of UGC content I've ever seen. It has an in front of your face before and after, which is always gonna work. If you can do it before and after in real time, that's always gonna work. They do it. He's panning across the hall. We're seeing loads and loads of pee on this side, none of the pee on that side. This thing works like in a magic eraser. This is UGC content at its best. There are a million things that I would change, but this is one of those things where you kind of have to dumb it down. You kind of have to just say like, there's no science here. You can't make this ad in a lab. This is just raw, organic, testimonial UGC content, and it's why it works. I think if they had edited it and they had put in subtitles, it maybe wouldn't have converted. Everything they're running is just raw UGC content. Let this be a lesson to all of us that sometimes the dumbest, simplest, most obvious thing you could do for an ad is exactly what you should do. They have taken hundreds of years of research into what makes advertising work, and they threw it all out the window and they said, let's just have a guy film himself using it. And they were like, that's brilliant. Yeah, let's try that. Because it is brilliant. Because we always overcomplicate things. Trying to fine-tune these things that don't need to be fine-tuned. Just have somebody holding their camera, using the product in real time, giving a glowing review, and show you the before and after, and that's gonna work. If you can do that for your product, it will convert, as my pet Pete has proven to us. I don't have a pet. And if I did have a pet and it peed this much around my house, I would also no longer have a pet. But as far as this product goes, they left no question in your mind that product can work, and they nailed it. Thank you for tuning into this ad reaction. Tune in next time for another ad reaction that's gonna be even cooler than this one.